Hi guys, my name is Camila and this is my very first video on YouTube, and I'm very excited about this specific video because it's one that I've been wanting to do for so long now. And this is going to be today. This video is going to be completely 100% about HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. I'm going to share with you guys what is HRT, what to expect, what not to expect, how to get started, so stay tuned. So you guys have a little insight about me. I was born in Cuba, and in a very small town in Cuba. I came to the United States when I was about 9 years old. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because coming from a country, from a communist country, ever since I was little, all I dreamed was to be the woman that I feel that I am today. And for me, it was such an amazing opportunity when I came here. Even at such a young age, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. I knew this was going to be the rest of my life. Where I come from, being anything other than heterosexual, male or female, was considered a crime, and I was always so scared to express myself because at that time, you know, anything that wasn't heterosexual was getting sent to prison or being killed. So to me, it was important it's important to share this journey with you all, because this is just going to be about, not just about hormones, but about freedom in general. But you know, long story short, I want to share with you what is HRT and what is it going to do for me, what is it going to do for you, and what is it going to be for millions of people who want to go through the same process. So first and foremost, why am I starting HRT? HRT, it's a process that I need to start in order for me to, you know, fully transition. I've been full-time for quite some time now, but always that fear that, you know, HRT was going to, you know, kill my sex drive, or, you know, how to get started, who did I go to, who's going to help me, am I going to die? You know, we all have that fear inside that we think, what's going to happen if I start this long, complicated process? And you have to get to that point where you know that you're ready for it, because it is a process, and it's a process that's going to completely change your life. And this is something that hopefully I'm praying to God that many of you have family and friends that are going to be there to hold your hands and go through this amazing journey. I personally started HRT. I'm starting HRT actually. I have a medication here with me. I am personally starting HRT because of this is just where my life is headed, and it's time for me to finally, you know, I came to terms that this is me, and it was hard. It was very difficult. I had to deal with getting abandoned by my father. I had to deal with losing family members. I had to deal with losing friends, but I also gained a lot of friends, and I gained self-confidence, and I've gained, you know, a whole new me. So it's just like a rebirth of me. Okay, so I went to my doctor, and I discussed with him exactly what my goals were. And so he pretty much explained to me what were the pros and the cons, which is many of them, on both sides, pros and cons. So he pretty much explained to me exactly what was going to happen. And I want you guys to listen to this video very, very carefully, because it's going to be life-changing for a lot of people. I know that for me personally, I used to come here looking for people who were going through the same thing as me, who had the same issues, not issues, but who had the same dreams, I should say, as me. And I always found so much comfort in those videos, and they always made me feel that it was going to be okay. So I just definitely had to do it for myself. And you know, and I had to share my experience, and I want you guys to grow with me, and hopefully I'm going to get some subscribers that are going to be starting with me as well, or around the same time. And hopefully, I always say, hopefully in 2 or 3 years we can all share our experiences, you know, with hormones or transition, life in general. So this is something that's very important to me. I went to my doctor, and I told him I'm ready. This is my time. I'm young, you know, and this is just, it's the perfect timing, you know. So he explained to me everything, and then we did blood work. He checked for my thyroids. He checked for my kidneys function, and you know, he did all the blood work that's necessary to do. In 4 or 5 days, he called me back and said, you know what, Camila, everything came back perfectly, and So you're ready to go. You have to come in to the clinic. You have to speak with the counselor for about an hour. Yes, he's just going to go over some normal questions. He just wants to make sure that you're ready to go. And this is a state mandated. I live in the state of Illinois. So the state mandated for me to take that class, and mentioned that it was necessary for me to take the class. I went in, we just discussed my life for about 15 minutes. He pretty much asked me where I grew up and how I grew up and how I came to terms that this is me. And it was just very simple for me to answer, because to be honest, you just know this is something that you just don't learn in a book. You just don't wake up one day and say I'm a woman. You are, and my family can testify for that. Since I was little, my sister, my friends, I never liked guys' toys, and I never liked, I remember growing up in Cuba, in a very small town, and my great aunt lived above me, and she was the one who did all the she used to sew for the whole neighborhood, make dresses and fix stuff. And so I used to go, she lived above us, and I used to go and I used to try on all the clothes, and she used to put all the little dresses on me, and I knew, I always knew. So so it's important that first and foremost, that this is you. This is not something that you wake up and say, I'm a transgender. So anyway, so the doctor prescribed my hormones, and I went and picked them up, and here they are. I have two in my hands. As most of you already know, or some of you are going to learn with me today, that one of them is Estradiol. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing the names right. As you can tell, I have an accent, so hang in there with me. Estradiol is, I am taking 2 milligrams 3 times a day. And pretty much he told me that when I take this hormone, this is actually the estrogen, okay? So I take 2 pills in the morning, and I put it under my tongue, and then I take 1 pill at night, in the same process. He gave me the options to do injections, but to be honest, I'm so scared of needles that I just decided not to. So I knew this was going to be the route for me. So 2 in the morning, 1 at night, and that's for estrogen, which is pretty much, it's going to help me give me all of the characteristics of a female. It's going to give me some breasts, it's going to give me softer skin, it's going to help with maybe hair. It's just everyone reacts different to it. It's going to help with fat distribution as well. So I'm not going to get into that a little bit later, because there's some things that we expect that are not effective, or it's not the way we should be thinking. So I want to get into that a little bit later. But moving on to the next medication that he gave me, which is Spironolactone. Spiral. We call it a spiral because it's shorter. I'll write the names below just so you guys know. And I'm taking 50 milligrams twice a day. In this one I take it with water or juice or food, or however I choose to take it. I take it twice a day by mouth, and he explained to me that he was going to start me off at a slow dosage, and then in about a month I was going to come in from some blood work. He was going to check my hormone levels and then go from there, because it's kind of like a trial. We all different, so don't think that because this is my dosage and it's going to work for me, it might work for you, and that's completely wrong. What works for me might not work for you, so you need to have that in mind, okay? So I'm going to be taking this too. I just need my video because my channel is going to be both in Spanish and English, and I just took my dosage. I didn't realize I was going to be making the video in English, so I apologize, but I took these 2 already, and I feel like a woman. No, I'm just kidding. So I want to talk a little bit more about what to expect versus reality. A lot of us go in there thinking, and I can't speak from experience because I've been surrounded by trans women the past 8 years. That's how long I've been transitioning. I've been, surrounded by trans women. I even own a transgender club here in the Chicagoland area, which used to be called TS Fantasy Club. So I get the chance to meet hundreds of women on a weekly basis. I met a lot of transgender women that I'm blessed that I've met because they taught me a lot, good and bad, because there's always good and bad with everything. But I learned so much from hormones to surgeries to transitioning to dating to traveling to work to family, friends, you know, mood swings with the hormones. You know, I just learned so much from them that I was blessed to be able to call that, you know, my place and learn from all these wonderful women. So what to expect? Softer skin, that's something that we can expect. We can also expect breast growth. Some grow up to an A, some grow to a B, and I've seen some grow to a full C, and even a small D. And from what my doctor explained to me, this is all most likely based on your sisters and your mother. So if you come from a family of women that are big-breasted, most likely you will have larger breasts with hormones. But this is something that doesn't happen overnight. So a lot of women, trans women, expect to grow their breast overnight, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to be the case, because a girl doesn't become a woman overnight. So somebody who was, you know, born in a male body with testosterone ruling their body, it's not going to grow overnight. This is something that has to take its time, and you know, and it's a time that it should be a time for us to enjoy. It's a time that it should be a time for us to see our bodies evolved into the women that we've always dreamed of, not a time to rush anything. So I want everyone to take that into consideration, that this is not going to be something that's going to happen overnight, okay? So, you know, I hear all these crazy rumors. Are my feet shrinking? Are my legs going to get shorter? Am I going to get, you know, shorter? And I read so much about it because, you know, it always intrigued me, and personally from people that I know, I mean, your body is not going to shrink. You're not going to go from 5'11" to 5'6". I've heard of some women who've gotten an inch shorter. I'm looking forward to it because I'm 5'9", and I would love to be 5'8", just so I can wear, you know, taller heels. But other than that, I'm very happy with my height. So those are one of the things that people always expect. Like, you know, a lot of girls go in and thinking I'm going to go shorter. My hips are going to get like Kim Kardashian wide, and my butt is going to be huge because all the fat is going to go there. That's not how it happens. Your fat distribution to your body is going to change. So as a male, most likely you accumulated fat in your belly, which is where males normally accumulate fat. So what's going to happen now is that instead of going to, when you gain weight, instead of that going to your belly, it's now going to go to your hips. It might. It's not a guaranteed, but it might. So it's important that you keep in mind that you have to be so realistic with your expectations. You just cannot go in there thinking that you're going to get the hips in a month or two, and it might happen after a year or two. And so, but it's no, you know, another thing that I want to discuss, it's never too old. You're never too old to start hormones. Never. There's not, I mean, the younger you start, yes, it's a little bit better, but this is not a process that's designed for people who are 12 or 15 or 18. So please do not let anyone bring you down and tell you that you're 50, you're 60, you're 40, you're 30, you cannot start, you're not going to see changes. I've seen tremendous changes with just hormones. So please do not get discouraged, because it's not, this is a process that works for everyone. It's just might work more for some than others, but it's definitely going to work. So another thing that I want to discuss is possible side effects. What could happen from what my doctor explained to me. And mind you, this is not any medical advice. I'm not encouraging anyone to go ahead and, you know, shove hormones down their throat. That's not my goal. My goal is to share my journey with you guys and explain to you guys exactly what I'm going through, what I'm going to be going through month by month. I'm going to bring you guys monthly updates. The good, the bad, and the in between. So this is something that I want you guys to know that's going to be completely life-changing, you know, but don't get discouraged because we all have the right to become who we want to be, you know, who we're meant to be. I suggest you make up your mind and do it sooner than later, but that's a personal choice. If it was up to me, every time I have a lot of friends that are also cross-dressers, and I always say to them, why don't you transition if everything about you is like a woman? And they always say to me, it's my family, because I have family, and not necessarily kids, but mom, dad, sister, nephew, aunts, uncles, and at the end of the day, you're not living for you, you're living for other people. So go ahead and start this process, and don't ever tell me you're too old, because you're not, okay? I'm not 19 myself, and here I am popping pills. So, popping pills, honey. Look, popping pills. And I'm so happy to be doing it with you guys. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So possible side effects, negative side effects could be you're high risk for cancer, especially breast cancer. That's what my doctor told me. Once again, this is not medical advice or anything like it. I'm just sharing my personal story with you guys. And I'm blogging my whole life for you guys to see it, because it's a dream of mine to do it, and hopefully I can inspire other people the way that I've been inspired myself. So possible side effects is higher risk of cancer, especially breast cancer. You can also have a lung thrombosis, I think it's called, and that's one of the things. But here's the thing, that when this happens, what people don't understand is that this is something that has to be prescribed. You have to be monitored. This is not something that you can just go and just buy. Please do not buy over-the-counter hormones. Every state in the United States is a little bit different with their laws, and I also know girls that even move out of state so they can transition because their state wouldn't allow them to get hormones. This is something that you personally have to go to a doctor. You have to get blood work. I don't believe in the whole therapy, because nobody can tell you who you are. You know, I mean, if you go for therapy, I totally recommend it and respect it, but I don't want you guys to think that this is something that you have to do. If you know in your heart that this is you, please do not hesitate. See your doctor, your endo doctor, and start the process. The sooner the better, because you're going to find yourself in a much happier place. I guarantee you that, okay? The side effects that could happen would be weight gain, and that's very possible. From my understanding, they do make you crave a lot of things, and so yeah, so I've seen a lot of girls gain weight, and here's my roommate. Actually, she's behind camera, and she's been on hormones for a year. She's laughing because she's gained a few pounds, but she's gorgeous. So, and we all have to embrace it. If I gain weight, then I need to find ways to get rid of that. I actually gain weight myself for other reasons, and I'm looking forward to losing. I hopefully don't gain, but if I do, I'm gonna welcome it and just shop at other stores, I guess. Torrid has exceptional clothes. Who else? My room is such a mess. So yeah, so we're going to possibly gain weight. That's one of the things that the doctor told me about. Okay guys, so I hope that you guys hung in there with me. I know I can talk a lot, but this is my very first video, so I'm so excited to be sharing this information with you guys and just moving forward. And I can sit here and talk all night, so I'm not going to bore you guys anymore. I'm going to be blogging my transition every month. I'm going to be blogging, everything. So feel free to ask any questions. Please subscribe. I'm going to leave all my information below. I'm going to leave my Instagram, my Snapchat, Facebook. Follow me. Inspire other girls to do this and do it the right way, to find their true happiness and their journey. For those of you who are wondering, this is a push-up bra. So nothing there yet, but soon. And I don't want to keep talking anymore because there's so much I want to share with you guys as far as hormones. But I want to do it on a monthly basis. I want every month when I come here in front of this camera for you and I to have something new to talk about and something new to share. And if I do it all today, then it's not going to be any fun. So subscribe, share. I'm going to leave down below all of my information so you guys can contact me. I'm very good at replying. So, but if I don't, please don't get upset. And I'm always busy, but I'm going to try my best to get back to you guys. The sooner, the better. And I just hope that this video is going to inspire, you know, a new generation coming behind me. And I'm looking forward to growing with all of you here on YouTube and starting my little YouTube family. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm a little bit crazy, so you're going to see a little bit of everything. Not just, you know, this. I have a very fun life, and I want to be able to blog it and share it with you all. You know, and so, you know, feel free to contact me and follow me and love me, hate me, but don't leave me. I just stole that from my roommate. She says it in Spanish on her channel, and I'm like, huh? But anyway, so guys, subscribe down below. And I am looking forward to talking to you guys next month and bringing you guys an update. Hopefully I won't gain any weight or any mood swings like my roommate. She gets really crazy. She's laughing, but she does get really crazy. Mwah! Love you guys.